Hello. Before beginning today's topic, I'd like to share with you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is, what is my passion? You know, I never had a passion until about 18, 19 years old when I had my first awakening. And since then, my passion was to raise the collective consciousness. And along my journey, I kind of got lost. And I got lost because I didn't know what was going on internally, and I didn't know how to use my internal system, quite frankly. You know, the three tools I always talk about: the body, the brain, and the heart. I had no idea about the heart, and I didn't know how to use the brain. Well, I knew how, we all knew how. I just had the fear of using it because I thought I would not obtain things that I wanted. So this took me a personal into a personal obsession of personal development. And this happened to me kind of by accident. I started working, and every morning I would listen to a video. And this video, there was a part that says, don't wait to do the things you know are good for you. Imagine listening to something for 2 months, like every morning, and we all know in that, when we're waking up, we're kind of like the alpha to theta brain waves. We're more susceptible. And I would listen to this every morning. And one day in the shower, it hit me. But let me digress. Before this time of listening to this audio all the time, I knew one thing, and I knew what the heart was, and I've stepped into it. And I made the conscious decision to live in a certain vibration for 6 months and to allow this time to feel different things. And after the 6 months, I would step into what will be my last and final infinite state, right? What, in layman's terms, after 6 months, I would decide what elevated emotion I wanted to live my life through. So fast forward, I'm listening to these videos, and I'm already a little, I'm pretty conscious, but it just dawned on me how much time I've been wasting. And in all aspects of life, in my social life, in my relationships, even in my personal, in my true one passion of elevating the collective consciousness. And I thought about the words, don't wait to do the things you know are good for you. And you know what? We all know things that are good for us. We all know what we should do. We all know how to eat better. We all know how to look better. We all know how to think better. If we don't, the answer is to think. We all know how to speak better. Um, we know everything. And isn't that funny? That state of being where you're this all being and all not being, like, that's really what that energy, at that energy level, you're just constantly receiving information, receiving. And that's why it's so seductive. That's why we decide to stay there and surrender our power to it, because we're waiting for that next thought that I've never heard, for that next insight. But at one there comes a time in life where that's enough. Like, okay, like, I'm not gonna go build an atomic bomb, or I'm not gonna go build the universe, right? Well, spoiler, if you use your heart, you start accessing that infinite realm, and really you are a star. You start to realize I am a star, and one day, like, I'm going to be infinite in my afterlife. And my infinity is going to be what I consciously decide. It's breathtaking, it's riveting. But I had I literally I had notes. I had notes of like what I should eat, when I should work out, what movies to watch. Like I had notes, as I'm sure we all do. And now I can look at that and just laugh at it. But from the flip side, I could be, man, I was so stupid. Why did I take so long? Why did I have to bump my head so hard to understand that time is now? Why am I going to wait for tomorrow to start eating good? Why am I going to wait for the new girlfriend to be happy, right? We all look at like we all live this cause and effect life. The Newtonian life is over, ladies and gentlemen. The Newtonian paradigm is the cause and effect, where something happens and then there's a reaction, right? So we need a partner to feel loved. We need the fattest bank account to feel empowered. We need a compliment to feel happy. That's the old life. Let's forget about that. And I started to realize that when I stepped into radical change. The next day I went to go buy like 6 bags of spinach, and each bag is roughly a pound. And it's been probably 3 years. In 3 years, I've consumed spinach every single day, except literally maybe I'll I won't say a handful because y'all won't believe me, but let's say 2 handfuls, right? Like 10 times. In 3 years, I haven't consumed spinach. In 3 years, there's been at most 10 days that I have not consumed spinach. Now, I'll talk about that on another video, why I consume so much spinach. This is about my passion. My passion is self-empowerment. Listening to this video day after day, I think it took like, I didn't take note or wasn't conscious of the day that I finally like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to not listen to this type of music all the time. I'm gonna dedicate an hour a day. Or, I mean, I went crazy, but it all started, I didn't do it all, but it was very quick, and it started with what I was consuming. And then I progressed to, where I place my attention is what I'm giving energy to. So that's when I started limiting the amount of hours I listen to music. And I started being mindful of how I speak. And I started being mindful that each word or phrase that I say is a spell. So if I tell someone X thing, that's there's an energy behind that, and there's an emotion behind that, and that's what they're going to remember. So I started becoming conscious of all these things, and then I went full circle, and I had like it's like me kissing myself. Imagine like going out of body and like hugging yourself or cradling yourself and telling yourself, man, you're really doing it, like you're amazing. And that was at that moment I had a release of energy, just ineffable. I challenge you to go look at what that means, but that's my reality now. And it all started from living from the heart. It all started from wanting to be empowered, to not let external things govern my moods, my emotions, not letting external things govern my happiness or my sadness. Just really accepting that I am a star, that I'm going to plant the seed while I'm in a human form, so in my afterlife I literally implode. And that's a whole nother topic as well, but you really have the power today, right now, to ignite an emotion, an elevated emotion, and you can live life through that emotion. And that's one of my very few passions. Um, Personal development. I'm always looking at better ways to be more efficient, and it's just riveting, because then I can do more. I have more time to rest if I want to rest. Now I finally have more time to watch Netflix if I want to, talk to my girlfriend, spend time with loved ones, all because for a long time I was a monster. I was cutting off minutes to save seconds, you know what I'm saying? Just crazy. And you get to a point that you get to relax, you get to breathe, and you're living from your heart, so you know that nothing external is going to be enough to take you to turn off your light. So I wanted to share that with you all. Let's find our passions. Let's become conscious. Let's be 100% conscious, and to do that you need your heart. Okay? If you want more, if you want to join my family, you know what? I invite you to join my family. I want you to be 100% conscious of your emotional state. So then when you're presented with something less than that emotional state, you don't drop to it. So now you're a product to your environment, and you're not a product of your environment. Now you're empowered. Intelligence, power, knowledge is power, but knowledge about yourself is empowerment. So now we're stepping from the state of being of the all-knowing to the all-being. And my family, that's our cup of tea, that's our gift. We live from the heart, and we're masters at teaching others the art of living from the heart. And I invite you to become part of our family. This membership comes with 2 daily meditations, a monthly meditation, and a weekly meditation. I invite you to share this video with your loved ones, with your friends, with your mastermind group, and discuss it. Discuss what passions do y'all have, and how are y'all going to go and get it. You know? Also share with me, what are your passions? What are your likes? What is your biggest goal, your biggest dream? And tell me, how do you plan on getting there? What instruments are you going to use to get there? And lastly, also tell me what topics you want to hear me speak about in the future. I hope to see you on the brighter side. Goodbye.